Hi guys, KevLar here, back in MineMogul, and today we're going to actually start setting up some more processes in the warehouse. So up here we have got our gold area sorted, and now we're going to get our iron area. I think this was iron. Yeah, this is our iron area. While we're here, before we do that, I just need to close off some of these walls that we opened up for the last video to show you what's behind. Let me just get all that shit done. Okay, cool. Right, so let's turn everything off first so we can get better FPS and clear the lines so we can sort all this out. Right, so what we've got at the moment is we've got one line coming up bringing a load of iron ingots into here, and I want another furnace here so we can make two. So let's stick that down initially. Perfect, so we've got two furnaces, so we'll do the same as we've got over there. So we'll bring the line across like that so we can deposit two lots in, and I think that, yeah, that light's going to be a problem. Let's just move this further. I don't want to move the light because it looks nice from the outside. There you go, that'll be good. Then I need to put a splitter in here. Right, so I can't see what am I doing here, so I want to split it that way. Get like that. Stick that in there. Perfect, so that should, you can see, yeah, split some into that one and some into this one. Cool. We're going to need a load of these, but I don't know which ones I want to put them in yet, so we'll worry about that once we've got it all set up. So right, so we've got two of these, so similar to what we've got over here, we'll start the process setting this up, but we need to work out what do we need for iron. So in the quests, iron, I think we need to make everything. Ingots, plates, rods, pipes, gears, yeah, and then we need the threaded rods, so we do need everything. So first we definitely want all of these to link up. Well, we might not actually. Let's think, what's the easiest thing to do? So we definitely want gears to come out, just pure gears, so I'll put some gears in this end. And we want some pure ingots, so we'll put some pure ingots in this end. Then we'll probably use the remaining 4 to come out as ingots and go through the machines to make other things. So let's go and get some moulds, because I've clearly run out of those. Let's go and buy them from the shop. Ah, here we go, we've got a gear mould, and I feel like I only want one gear mould to start off with, so yeah, let's buy a load of the other ones. These things are expensive, and I probably don't have enough room for them. What can I get rid of? I'm going to need a lot of that stuff. Let's just walk up and down, get them placed. Okay, so we definitely want one gear mould. Then ingots and ingots. I need 2 more ingot moulds. Let's go and get those. There we go. Let's go and stick those in. One in there and one in there. Right, so that's all our moulds sorted. Okay, so in that case we'll want to delete this one and we'll make that into a corner like that. So we've got those 2 items just getting deposited. They'll have to get polished at some point. But yeah, they'll get deposited as they are. Then the next easiest one to do, so we've got ingots and gears done, so plates. So let's make one lot into pure plates. So maybe we'll send this one out and just make plates. So let's send it round, and we'll put a rolling mill down, and that can be pure plates. Then we could have this one coming round to make plates and then pipes. So actually, as this one sticks out more, I might make this one into plates and pipes, and then this one can just be pure plates. So that can be pure plates. Then this one, we're going to want to make it into pipes somewhere. Do I have a pipe roller on me? Yep, I do. Here we go. Right, so that one, let's switch it around that way. Oh yeah, no, it has to come in the side. That's so annoying. So maybe we will do it like this, so that actually this one is just plates, and then this one goes into that machine. So yeah, let's do this. So annoyingly though, same problem I had over there, that the plates really crap at going around corners. Somehow we want to like lip them up onto this. I'm going to do the plates more in the middle of the room, plates and pipes more in the middle, so they can like do what I did over here and lip into here. So over here I think we'll do the rods and threading lathes, so let's do those first. So we'll stick a rod extruder in, and actually let's give it a bit of a gap so we can put one of those ingot straighteners in there. So then we'll have rod extruder coming out, with a splitter, like so, sending some rods into here, like that, and then others will come out into a threading lathe. Right, so they're going to come, I might give it a little gap. So they'll come out into there, then they'll come out here, and they will just go round the corner, get deposited into there. So that's rods. Now, yeah, we might leave it like that, because we might use 2 lots for the pipes and 1 for the plates. We definitely won't get a lot of rods though. Then these lathes really do slow things down. It's fine, we'll set it up as we want, and then we'll see what space we've got, and we might end up splitting things up a bit more. But yeah, let's get an initial setup done. Right, so yeah, this one I'm just going to make into plates then. Might leave a gap, so we can just do plates. So that can just be pure plates. And I wonder if I can like send them up round here. So if I go round the corner, put a ramp in, no, that can't go over that. I'll have to go over any of that. So I obviously want them to be polished at some point. Because if I send them all the way down to here, that's already past the polisher. I might send them over there. Yeah, it's not going to be any harm, is it, if I do this? Add them onto that line with the other plates, and then they can go through that polisher. I think that'll be okay. So that's one set of plates. Yeah, then let's add these two coming together, and these can go into plates as well, and they can go and be made into pipes. Plates. So then let's bring them out like this. Get the pipe roller in. That can go up onto there. Awesome. Right, so I just need to go and get the straightening conveyor for that one. Now again, this is quite simple like we did for the gold. And we'll see how it goes, but we've got more space, so we might end up breaking it up a bit, making more threading lathes and things like that. Let's see how we go, because if these get overrun, then we definitely need to split those up, but I don't think they do. Yeah, let's go and get the straightening conveyor first. Yeah, I've got that, and let's stick that in here. Then let's just turn everything on and just see how this works for now. Oh, hang on, I need a polisher in here. Let's just do that first. Okay, there we go, got the polisher in. Cool, yeah, so let's turn everything on and just see how it runs. Okay, the whole system's now running. We're at 2,138 objects, which I feel is about the maximum, so I'd say everything is starting to reach the main area. So we'll keep an eye on these coming on here to make sure these aren't getting overloaded, and I don't think they will do. And then we'll just check that all of this is coping fine, which I think will be fine. I mean, we can't make it go any faster, right? So if these cope as they are, then we're not going to have any problems at all. Well, these go through here. This is the only one that might get clogged up, but I don't think we're sending too much in to really clog that up. Yeah. Then the pipes, I think this should be able to keep up with this. Could that start getting a bit, I don't know. I think it's just got through before the next 4 come out. Yeah, no, we're fine. So it seems like each time 4 gets popped out, this one has finished its process. So we're not going to have any problem with this one. Yeah, and this is not going to have any problem, as long as that doesn't have a problem. And everything's going through the polishing system okay. Over here, everything's flying off this belt okay. Everything's going on there okay. Yeah, so looking good. I honestly don't think there's much else we can do. I mean, only at the point, right, we'll get all this set up, and we'll get everything working, and at some point we'll be upgrading our miners to the rapid ones instead of the standard ones, and that's when we'll start getting more resource coming in, and then this system might not be able to handle it. So I think at that point we can mix things up a bit, and we've got plenty of space. Looking on the left hand side as well, how we're doing with our iron. Yeah, rods and gears are the ones that are falling behind, because rods are splitting it into threaded rods as well, and gears are only producing 1, which makes sense. We'd need like a 3rd one of these in if we want to do more. Anyway, I think that's good. I think that'll do for the iron area. So let's go down and let's do the copper area as well now. So copper is coming out here. Now I need to get that set up so it comes out higher. Now copper is the one that we seem to get the most ingots coming out, and obviously actually some of our iron ingots are coming down here, aren't they, to our steel process, which is why we're not getting loads of iron. So I'm wondering if copper, I should do 3 casting furnaces, then we can really split that process out. So I feel like, a bit like this one, I want the casting furnaces down here to go along this wall, so we're not blocking our nice entrance area. So first of all, let's turn everything off so I can play with an empty space, and we want to get our copper coming out up here. Okay, so we have now set up 3 entrance points for the resource to come in, so let's put some casting furnaces down. Just check I've lined that up correctly, and already we can see I haven't, so we're going to need to shift them all along one. Okay, let's sort that out, not a problem. So we need to raise this one area up like that. So we'll put a splitter there. Is that going the right way? Yeah, right in there. A straight one there. Splitter there. Straight one, and then the corner there. Right, let me get these walls all tidied up again. Right, okay, there. We have sorted it. So now we can put our furnaces down. Right, so we've got 3 furnaces, all bringing in copper resource. Now this one's going to get the most, because I've got a splitter here. So it's going to split half into there, then half is going to come here. So ultimately, yeah, these two are only going to get like a quarter each, and this one's going to get half. So we'll see how that pans out. But in terms of actually making the resource now, how do we want to do this? Okay, I think the first one, let's do some easy bits. So this one can be gears. I'm just trying to think actually if this one's getting the most. Okay, no, let's start this off just being gears and ingots. So they can simply go around like that. For now I'm going to put a polishing machine here, but we might end up changing all this later once we set up our coal process, which is all this coal coming in here. But yeah, so I don't want to mess around putting the polisher here because the coal's going to mess it up. So anyway, polishing machine there first of all for this lot. So that's going to be gears and ingots. Then we'll use one of this lot for plates and pipes, and then rods. So we are definitely going to get tight on space if we're going to try and do exactly the same round here as well. So I might send these like up, so we can send some up, and then we'll have like plate makers and pipe machines like upper level. So let's think about how we can do that. So I might send these out like this direction, and then do something like that, and then send them up. Okay, yeah, so we'll try something like that. How high do we want them? That's a good height. I think that works. So we can send that one around, and how close can we get to these? Yeah, and I can almost send it back on itself. Or we could do a splitter here. Let's do a splitter like so. Try and send it round, and then round a corner, and then we'll get a plate maker here. Actually, let's do further. Yeah, so we've got some scaffolding down there. Then let's see if we can get a roller in. Yeah, plate roller here. Then the second lot will also get a plate roller. Oh, I'm wondering if the way the pipe roller is going to have to go. Oh, it might go. This might work. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll put another plate roller there. And the pipe machine. Okay, yeah, it kind of does need to cut, unless it can go there like that. Yeah, I think that will work if that goes there. So I didn't really need to squash all this back that far, but yeah, let's just try that. Yeah, so like this, so we've got that, those plates coming up there, those plates just fall down there, these ones can go into the pipe roller like that, and then they can fall down there as well. So that'll work. Now the only question is, that kind of means we didn't need to send this all this far back. So this is all a bit of a waste of space. But I couldn't really have done anything else with that space because I needed to raise this up, and then this needed to be at the end anyway to be able to fall out there. Yeah, no, I think that's kind of best we're going to do there. For now anyway, because you know, we're still trying to come up with the best way of doing these things. Okay, so this lot can come out, we can do the rods. So let's send these out then. Maybe we'll send them that way. How do we want to do it actually? Right, we're going to try and do it like equally. So we can have this coming out like that, this coming out like that, and then this one we're going to have it going straight into a splitter like that. See if that works. Because then one of these will go into a rod maker and a threader, and one will just go straight into a rod maker, and that's it. Right, so rod maker, it's quite long. So if I put one of those here, doesn't give me a lot of space this side. That's taking up, well actually it's kind of using half of the building, isn't it? So we have used half. I've got more space here, so maybe we won't do that. Let's just send it all down one row. Okay, so we'll have them coming out, joining together, then coming out here. Let's see if one rod threader cope with it. I don't think it will. It's not even the threader. What's the word I'm trying to get? Oh, what am I doing up here? So this stuff is going up. I could even do a splitter here. You know what? I might even do that. Because that can all join together. And then it can all get split up top. I don't know how well that's going to work. Yeah, I'm not sure about having splitters this close together, but let's see how it works. Then I can do that. Then we can put another splitter in, like that. Then the ones up there can get straightened and go into a rod maker, but I've just realised, am I going to hit the problem with this? I can always shift that a bit further back. Yeah, this thing's massive. Right, okay, so I've been doing a lot of this on my own because it got quite fiddly and I was trying to decide how I want to do it. So this is the current final idea. So we can't really get in there very well, but we've got this one and this one. They are both doing just ingots, and if you can see in here, they are following this line, so they're all joining the one line. So they all raise up, and up here I'm splitting it. So I should get half of them going this way, to then go half into just pure plates and half to go to make pipes. Then the other half should be coming this way, where we split some to go down there and some to go here. So these ones get made into rods, and then the ones down here get made into rods, and then they go into a threader. So then the threader comes out, drops onto here. The pipes, where do the pipes come out? Oh, the pipes come straight out there, drop into there. The rods come out, drop onto here to drop down to there. And then down here we've got the gears and pure ingots just coming out. So that's the logic that I'm currently going with. Now, try to fit it as much as I can along this line here. This is the only bit that's sticking out, which is annoying me. So we might think of a way to rework all of this. But for now, let's just see if this logic kind of works. So let's turn everything on and see what happens. Right, let's turn on the copper quest as well so we can see things coming in. Let's turn that on. Okay, so I can hear things happening. First thing is to see if we actually get copper coming into these correctly. Let's see what happens here. Okay, first bit of copper. That nearly fell off the edge. So we could put a little wall in between here. Oh, that nearly fell as well. Yeah, that's great. So the option is putting a wall in between or shifting these along one, because they seem to obviously come towards the edge. Yeah, so we're going to have the same issue on all of these really. Let's start off with a little wall. I think that, just doing that is going to help a little bit. I think that will just capture anything that tries to creep over the side. We can obviously make it go higher as well if we need to, but yeah, so that's all coming in there. Then let's see if this will work. So then everything's coming out this way. Let's just check that. So that should all flow up here. And then get split up here. So let's see if we can stand up here somehow and watch it. Right, so we've got a bunch coming up here. Only one went that way. Loads went this way. That's sending some down there. Some into there. Let's see if we get more going this way this time. Not many. Yeah, I don't like having these splitters really close to each other. See what happens with this next batch. Yeah, literally sending one at a time, and everything else is coming this way. Let's just check the next batch. Yeah, as soon as it lets one through, it opens the door and lets them all this way, so that is not good. So we'll definitely have a rethink about that. Let's just check in general if this logic's working. Okay, no, that's not working. They're falling down there. I mean, this is just temporary, because we're going to find a better way to put all of this on somewhere else for it all to get polished. But until we do our coal shaking process, we've still got coal coming through, so we just wanted to keep this a bit separate. Yeah, so that should go on there. So that's kind of fixed that for now. Now, yeah, this is already getting overrun, so we're getting too many rods coming down this way, and that is because, yeah, we're just getting too many going straight along this process and not going over here. So I think I might change this idea, so I'm going to definitely split these into two lanes, because that doesn't really work. So let's have a think about it. So how can I utilise the space so that I can still send some up to do the pipes, and then all the rods can be done using a different set. Okay, let's turn everything off and we'll do a bit of reworking, come back to it. Okay, so I've completely revamped this and I think it's now a good process. It should be working okay. So let me take you through what I've done. Where should we start? Okay, so you'll see this machine here, I've got two sets of ingots, if you can see those. Yeah, going onto one line there, and then one set of ingots coming out here. So this set here goes into a plate maker and then gets put onto this line as plates. Then, if we get round here, the other two go onto this line here, and they are going through this plate maker and then being made into pipes. So this first furnace is making plates and pipes, and they should be coming out fairly even, right? Because I've got, yeah, 4 lots of plates going into here to make 2 pipes, and I've got 2 lots of ingots going into here to make 2 plates. So 2 plates, 2 pipes. Right, so the middle machine, you'll see, is coming out and going up here, and you'll see we've got 2 ingots and 2 gears. So they're just coming up or over here to get deposited. Okay, so that's 2 ingots and 2 gears. Then this final machine is the one that I'm sending up, so I kind of made my up a bit different, because before I had it going up like this, so I've zigzagged it a bit, so we're making it go up in a much smaller space, which is good. And this is the first time I've ever used these splitters, so I wanted to split these out perfectly evenly. Now they obviously don't work perfectly, some get stuck, but it never overflows because they're quite wide. So yeah, so this will be sending 6 ingots up, and it splits 3 into each path. So you've got 3 coming into this rod extruder, and then that comes up here, and then it splits it into 2 thread makers, because those thread makers are really slow, so it won't handle 3 at once, so it's splitting it into these 2. So we're making 3 threaded rods, and then the other line over there is bringing them into this rod extruder just for pure rods. So we're going to be making more rods than anything else, so we're getting 3 of each. I think that's a fairly even balance, I quite like it. Yes, I'm quite happy with that in the end, because I managed to keep it all on this line here, so we're leaving the complete door entrance open. So when I do this side, which I'll probably set up in exactly the same way, because still we need to make the same amount of different items, I'll still have a nice clean pathway going through the middle. Now it hasn't left much space for my coal shaking area that I need to do. So these stairs are in the way, but I can use a bit of this area here, and if you think about it, once I've got the coal all going through a shaker, I can then use the same line to polish everything that comes out. So then I won't have to have two lines for the stuff coming in and then the coal or gems separate. Obviously we're getting a little bit of overflow here sometimes, but it's not too bad. See, on the left hand side you see how we're doing with the copper quest. Here you see everything's fairly even apart from plates and rods. Now why are we making more plates than anything else? Because that should just be doing, yeah, 2 at the same pace as we're doing pipes. It might be because, like I said, this first furnace is probably getting more ingots than these two, because the way I'm splitting it. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, look, we've had another thing fall out here. So yeah, I might need to do something about this, but we'll worry about that when I do my coal shaking process. And obviously this stuff over here is going to need to go through a polisher as well, so we'll do something with the polishers. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that, and I think that's going to be it for this video. So we're completely done with iron and copper for now, so we might need to change the processes once we start upgrading to the rapid miners, because yeah, we might start overloading these sort of compact factories. But for now that's good, so we'll continue. All we got left to do is steel, so we'll do steel, see how everything runs, and then I guess we'll move on to speeding everything up and efficiencies. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please do give us a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.